What's good, everyone? My name is Will, aka Whitetrashwilly, and for the next couple days, I'm gonna be basically doing the Undialed YouTube. Clayton's out of town. He's at Ronka Skate Park right now, getting ready for the ISA competition, and he's also doing like a scooter camp while he's there, so that's what Clayton's up to. I'm just back in Escondido, just chilling, and today I'm gonna be doing my very first Q&A, so let's jump right into it. Alright, first question comes from Kyle_Bulldog, and he says, would you ever fly a sub out to ride with you? Kyle, that sounds like a really sick idea that we would definitely want to do in the future, but right now we just do not have the funding to do that. Maybe once our YouTube starts growing in size, that would be something that we could definitely do, but for now it's like we just don't have the money means to do that. So how did you and Clayton meet? Alright, so me and Clayton, we met at, I think it was like SD8, maybe before that, but I'm pretty sure it was SD8, and we just met because we were both scooter foam riders. And the very first time that we like really started like hanging out as like best friends is I went over to his house because I just needed to like go to his house while I was in San Diego, so I stopped at his house. And from there, we've just been like best friends, and yeah, so it's super sick. And now we're living together. So Wyatt Burke says, why street over park? And I don't know, I get asked a lot, Will, why are you so street? Why are you so this, that? And it's like, I'm not park or street. I like to ride. I probably ride skate parks more than I ride street, to be honest. But yeah, the reason that I ride street or tech over park is I enjoy like riding on rails and stuff like that, and also a big part of it is where I grew up in the Bay Area. There's not a lot of like good quarters for like airing and stuff like that. There's not a lot of box jumps. I have spines at my old local skate park, but it was just something I never really got into. And there was just better rails where I lived, so that's just what I started riding, and yeah, I just progressed with that, and I've just stuck with it. So I wouldn't call myself street, I wouldn't call myself park, I would just call myself a scooter rider. Bailey Heart Up says, can you backy? Yeah, I just did my recent Instagram clip. They're really easy. I learned backflip probably about 4 years ago, maybe about 3 years ago actually. They're a super simple trick, so if you guys are considering backflips, they're easy. Brandon Lupos says, will you make me a lit vid for Insty? Yeah, dude, let's ride next time, and I'll make one for you, dude. That'd be tight. How's it going, by the way? Long time no talk, dude. Martin_.28 says, when will you go back to Scooter Zone in Riverside again? Well, I'm not sure. I have no idea, but I would definitely go back soon. That skate park is super fun, and I like the step up, so it's always a good time. ASAP Chels says, will you ever make it to Pennsylvania? I actually used to go to Pennsylvania every single year. My grandparents live in Pennsylvania. They live near Philadelphia, so I would go visit them all the time. I used to ride like the indoor skate park Black Diamond before it shut down, and yeah, so I've been to Pennsylvania and I really enjoy it. So Landon.Ogle says, when you first started scootering, who was an inspiration to you? Probably my biggest inspiration was Terry Price or Dakota Schutz. Just like when I first started scootering, I like looked up to that double backflip video so much, and then Coda's video where he's like a really young kid and does a backflip at the end of the video on a trampoline. That video got me so hyped to ride, and yeah, I'm gonna say those two videos were like the first videos that ever got me like on a scooter. So Landon.Ogle says, who is your favorite park and street rider? Can't say Clayton. My favorite park rider is probably Cam Ward. I love his style, and he just kills it so good. Either Cam Ward or Chris Ferris, both my teammates, they kill it so much. I just love their riding. My favorite street rider, probably Jack Douth. He's been killing it on and off the camera and on and off the scooter. So Jack, if you're watching this, I look up to your riding, man. It's so good. Cam, Chris, you guys as well. Keep shredding, guys. I love the riding, and I love the content. 702 Dialed Rider, my friend Ricky, asks, serious question, what's your favorite childhood band? Probably Green Day. I loved Green Day for like the longest time, and like American Idiot, like that whole album was super good. So I'm gonna have to say Green Day for that one. Danny Smallwood says, let me hydro dip your deck. Alright, man, come over and hydro dip it. If you guys want to see me hydro dip my deck, what colors would you guys want to see? Comment below. _Kramer.12 says, what's your favorite thing about Razor scooters? Probably the fact that they can fold up, because they're one of the few scooters that can do that to this day. So that's my favorite thing about Razor scooters. Casey.man says, how long did it take you to edit Kyle's web edit? It took me, okay, so when I edit like average scooter edit, it usually takes me about 2 to 3 hours to edit a video start to finish. Obviously there's hiccups here and there, like if the song gets copyrighted, or I don't know, if the clips just don't flow together as nice as I want them to do. But I don't know, it took me probably about 2 or 3 hours, standard edit time. I don't remember having any problems with this edit, so yeah. Evan.Lyons39 says, what's your favorite trick? My favorite trick is probably a rotor whip right now, or I've been really enjoying like bar manuals. I just feel like that trick just feels so good when you do a bar manual. You just land with your hands like perfectly on the grips and you're just in that perfect manual position. Just a good feeling. Or just like front boards. But if I had to pick like one trick out of everything, probably half bar. Carson_Olmsted says, who came up with the nickname Whitetrashwilly? Alright, so my friend David Gutierrez, he's one of my skateboarder friends from my hometown, Castro Valley. He was the one who came up with the name Whitetrashwilly. We were in my like 6th period English class, and I was wearing this hat that said white trash on it. Here, I'll go grab it really quick. So is this hat right here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it says white trash right here. It's a picture of like a garbage truck. But yeah, this is the hat. I used to wear this hat every single day to school, and it's an Enjoy hat, if any of you guys want to get it. It's an Enjoy hat. I wore this hat every single day to school, and I just thought it was super funny. And then one day he was like, hey, Whitetrashwilly, and I was like, hey, what's good, Dave? And then from there, it's just been kind of my name, and then I changed my Instagram name, and yeah. My Instagram name before Whitetrashwilly was Will the Hipster, so if any of you guys want to take that, I don't know. It's just kind of funny, but I like Whitetrashwilly the best. Seth McNatt2 says, are you friends with Mace Cornell? Yeah, I actually, so I worked at Woodward West over this past summer, and at Woodward West we meet lots of great campers, and he was one of the campers there. And if you guys don't know who Mace is, he's basically an actor for like Nickelodeon, kind of like, I forget what show you're in, man, if you're watching this, but it's kind of like the new like don't get mad at me by saying this. It's like the new like iCarly or like Drake and Josh, and he's like one of the stars in that. So I rode with him at Woodward West, and he skates, but yeah. So if you guys ever see me following him or him following me, it's just because I knew him at Woodward. So yeah. Connor_Cask and Ente, I probably said that wrong, says favorite type of pizza. Probably Hawaiian. I really like pineapples on pizza. It's really good. Milkman Michael says, are you going to Woodward this summer? I'm planning to go to a few Woodwards this year. I want to go to East, I want to go to Tahoe, and I want to go back to West, and maybe even Copper. So I'm planning to go to a few Woodwards this year. Ashton_Fliffer says, if you could go one place in the world, where would it be? Probably if I could go one place in the entire world right now, I would go to Japan and go ride with Sago and Tommy Dang. I've always wanted to go to Japan. I've loved that country. It's like since I was a little kid, and I just think it'd be super cool to ride there. I just love the architecture, the scenery, just everything about it. I feel like photos would look so cool there, and just the culture and the food. Oh, it just sounds like a really good time. So probably Japan. Get_this_page_2_1_mil says, who came up with Undialed? You or Clayton? Well, one day me and Clayton were just in the middle of Safeway parking lot at like, I don't know, like 11 o'clock at night, just practicing manuals. And then we were like, yo, let's start a YouTube channel, like why not? And then both of us started just saying like, oh yeah, that sounds like a sick idea. And then we just started like throwing out names here and there. And then I came up with the name Undialed. It was just, we were just both like spitballing names out there. And then Undialed just stuck. And it was just Undialed TV originally. And then so recently we just wanted to make it Undialed. But yeah, so I was the one that came up with the specific name Undialed, but Undialed as a whole thing was between both of us. Will._.urkko says, how did you come up with the name Whitetrashwilly and what's the story behind it? I just answered that. It was my friend David, so if you missed that question, just go a little bit back in the video. Keaton.sisnernos says, favorite edit? My favorite edit to date is Tyler Bradley, Welcome to Phoenix. That video just gets me so incredibly hyped. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. Tyler Bradley, welcome to Phoenix. It is fire. He has the best front 50/50s in the game, and it's unreal. Unreal. What was your first scooter trick and when did you learn it? My first scooter trick was probably a 180 or a 360. I remember learning 360s like way before I learned tail ups for some reason. But yeah, probably a 180 or a 360. How old are you when you started scootering? I was a freshman in high school, so I was 14 I think. Yeah, 14. Noah_Brab says, when will you come to Chris Ferris's local? When will I come to Chris Ferris's local? I've been to A-Town like quite a few times before. Hopefully my next time going up to the Bay Area, I'm going to stop there. So when you see any posts of me going up to the Bay, just look out. And I'll post something about going to A-Town, so don't even worry. What was your first pair of bars and deck? Well, my first pair of bars and deck were on a Razor Ultra Pro Complete. But I'm sure you guys want like a better answer than that. My first like real pair of bars were Epic Rewinds. I'll go grab them really quick. They're just in my living room. So these were my first pair of like real scooter bars. I got these at Scooter Zone in Santa Clarita. I remember Josh Toy like cut these up for me. So yeah, these were like my first real pair of bars. At the time I was running a Mad Gear deck, these bars, an HIC scooter clamp, an HIC Scooter Zone clamp, Scorcher fork, Epic wheels, and ODIs. If you guys want to see these bars and me actually riding them, go check out, just type in Will Cash and Scooter Check and you'll see my old scooter check with these bars. So go check it out. It's kind of funny. Hi.I'm.Alex says, will this question make it in the video? It's in the video. Adam.Crandell says, do you like your scooter setup? Oh, I love it. It's the best. Like, I wouldn't change anything on it. It's perfect. People ask me all the time, like, Will, like, what would you change about your scooter, or like, what's something you'd want to do to it? And like, I honestly just say like, nothing. Like, it's perfect. I wouldn't want to change anything about it. I mean, if I was gonna get nitty gritty about my scooter, I'd probably just have like all custom parts on it. I don't know, like, and by custom I mean all like weird and unusual parts on it. I already try to do that, but like even more so. I guess that would be like a better scooter. But yeah, so I hope that answers your question. Hi, I'm Alex, asks again, will Undialed ever come to North Carolina? We have no plans of coming to North Carolina at the moment, but that'd be something we definitely want to do. Maybe if we're ever on the East Coast, that's something we could stop by and do. So that'd be super fun. I've never really seen any scooter content come out of North Carolina, but hey, if there is some, hats off to you guys. You guys are killing it. Cam.Wilson says, what was your first pair of bars and deck? Well, I answered my first pair of like real scooter bars were these Epic Rewinds, but my first real deck, besides from a Razor Ultra Pro and like those old crappy Mad Gears, my first like real deck that I remember getting is a Phoenix Reventon deck. I got the green one. It was 4 1/4 wide by I think 20 long. And I had the green version. If you guys want to go see that whole scooter setup, go check out Will Cash and Scooter Check, and it'll show up. What's my favorite rail trick? Probably a front 50 or a front board, depending on the rail. J.Dieterman says, who's better, the vault or outset? I think who's better between the vault and outset is definitely Aiden_Tompkins16 says, who did you look up to as a kid? I looked up to Travis Pastrana. Out of anyone in the entire world who I looked up to the most is Travis Pastrana. Emma says, what was not necessarily the craziest trick, but the most memorable trick you've ever done? The most memorable trick that I've ever done was probably a backflip to Resi. I remember doing that trick and I just had no confidence that I could do it, and as soon as I landed it, I was over the moon. I don't think I've ever been that stoked about landing a trick. It was just it was my first time ever at Woodward, and I was like, I went there with determination to land a backflip, and the first 3 days I was there, it was a 4-day camp. The first 3 days I was there, I was just too scared to try it. Then finally, some kid just convinced me to try it in the foam pit, and then I got it around, and then he was like, just send it to Resi, and I was like, alright, I'll send it. And I sent it and landed it first try, and I was over the moon. I was like next level hyped. So yeah, that was probably my most memorable trick. James_Main711 says, what is your favorite scooter brand? Probably District Eagle or Scooter Farm, my sponsors. I'm Lewis Averdo says, what really inspired you not to quit and get better at riding? By the way, you and Clayton are my biggest inspirations in life. Thanks so much, man. That really means a lot. Okay, the thing that's like kept me scootering is the fact that I can like change people's lives and like affect people around me just by like riding my scooter, and that really pushes me to this day. And even like when I first started scootering, I noticed that like if I went to the skate park and I was just like a positive, like if I was just had like a positive attitude and I just was like kind and like respectful at the skate park, I just felt like that really rubbed off on other people, you know? I really feel like happiness and kindness is contagious, and if you're just happy and kind, then I don't know, I guess it just inspires people just to like ride harder and be better people. So yeah, I think just the fact that I can like change people's opinions on my scooter, I feel like that's the thing that's kept me riding. Also, meeting friends, making memories, that's another huge part of it. If I wasn't for my scooter, I'd probably have the most boring life in the entire world. So shout out to scooters. You guys, all the scooters out there, you guys are the best. What is my craziest trick? One time I landed a half tail up. Well, my feet hit the ground first, but the half tail up went around. Your _local _bogan says, which scooter deck has designed to be the best signature deck? I think the best signature deck is probably the Brandon James deck. I really like that deck. I rode that deck for a year and a half. So, super solid deck. You guys can't buy them anymore, but you guys should just buy the District HD deck. I think they're a little bit better, and they feel just the same. So, get your District HD deck. Seth Patterson says, how old are you and Clayton? I'm 20, Clayton's 21. Big _boy _Dez says, Will, you go to Mark Park again. I do go to Mark Park. I do go to Mark Park again. Jack Cop says, can Cop come down and crash on the couch for a scooter weekend trip? Of course, man. You're the best. Jack, if you're watching this video, of course you can come down, man. Just let me know whenever, and I'll just open up the door for you. You can stay whenever. You don't even have to ask. Angel Velasquez 19 says, what makes you so good? Just hard work, I guess. I've never thought I was that good of a scooter rider. I've just always tried my hardest, to be honest, and yeah, just hard work and trust me. If you guys put a lot of work into anything, a good outcome will come. Just believe that. Tyler X Sherbert says, how did you come up with your Instagram name, and how many trends do you think you have started? I came up with my Instagram name from the hat and my friend David, like I said earlier in the video. And how many trends do you think I've started? I don't know how many trends I've started. I don't even know if I've started any. I have no idea how many trends I've started, man. I have no idea. You answer. How many trends have I started? What trends have I started? I don't actually exactly know. I don't want to take credit for something that I 100% didn't just do by myself. Dominic Devel says, would you rather be able to ride scooters for the rest of your life or gain a ton of subscribers and stopped riding when you were 35? I think that answer is very clear, showing how our YouTube is going. Would you rather lose one of your hands or one of your feet? Probably one of my feet, because I'd rather have a prosthetic foot than hand, because I feel like I do more stuff on a daily basis with my hands than my feet. But that's hard to say because I wouldn't know what it's like to live without a foot or a hand. So yeah, tough to say. B_Higgs1 says, who is your favorite rider? My favorite rider is probably Jack Douth, only because I know him like in person, and when I hung out with him, he was like so cool, and it's just really cool to see him like blow up, because I knew him before he was like, no offense Jack, before you were like really anything, and it's just cool to like watch him like grow and like keep up his positive mentality and like not just fall into the bullshit. So Jack Douth, you kill it on and off the scooter, and you kill it on and off the camera, so keep killing it, man. Oliver_Martin_Dale_666 says, who are your top 3 riders? Probably Jack Douth, Jack McCann, and Sandeezy. I'll just go with the Sydney boys for now. Nolan BMX15 says, when and how did you become a pro? I am not a pro scooter rider. I'm flow for district, or I'm semi-pro for district, and I'm just on intermediate for scooter farm. So how did I become a pro scooter rider? I'm not pro. What do you think the trends are going to be in 2017? I haven't decided yet what I think the trend should be, so keep your guys' eyes out and I'll decide, and you guys will see what the trends will be. Official Will _21 says, what is your favorite deck you've ever ridden? My favorite deck that I've ever ridden was probably the first time that I ever rode a Phoenix Reventon deck. I just remember, like, okay, the reason that I say that, like, no, Phoenix Reventon deck is not my favorite deck, but I just remember the feeling of, like, stepping on that deck for the first time. It was like you guys ever sit in, like, a really nice car, that, like, better than any car you've ever sat in before, and you're just like, wow. Yeah, that's how I felt stepping on that deck. But I don't know, my current favorite deck, probably District HT deck with grind rails. Feels super good. Noah.Little says, are you planning to make any more fingerboard videos? Of course, man. If you guys want to see fingerboard videos, just let me know, and I'll certainly grind them out if you guys want to see them. Goofy _Gabriel.05 says, what are your favorite bars? Titanium Affinity bars. They're the best. I love T-bars and I love titanium bars, and they just make the best ones. So, Affinity tie bars. Ethan Fur says, what do you find more fun, scooters or photography? I find scooters more fun, but I find I'm better at photography than I am comparison riding my scooter to my photography. Takami says, what is your favorite deck over the years and best bars and fork and wheels? This is Liberty. Alright, my favorite deck over the years has probably been District Brandon James deck, just because I rode that the longest. My favorite bars, Affinity tie bars. My favorite fork, probably the Eagle fork or the new Ethic Nemesis fork. And wheels, Eagle Radix wheels. I love Eagle Radix wheels. Garrett.Gray says, at Undialed TV, at Whitetrashwilly, when do you come into Colorado? I live in Colorado. It'd be so nice Colorado, and it'd be so nice to know. P.S. You're my favorite rider, and I love your style. Next time I'm coming to Colorado, probably soon. My grandparents and my aunt and uncle all live in Colorado, and I lived there previously for 12 years. So I'll be coming to Colorado pretty soon. I want to see my old friends. I want to go see Keelan, so yeah. Coming out to Colorado soon. Don't exactly know when, but soon. Blake Milton says, will you ever go on tour? I love your vids. Keep it up. Will I ever go on tour? I've never been on like an official scooter tour before, but hopefully at some point I'll be able to like go on an official scooter trip. That'd be super fun. I haven't been on one yet. My Holy Big Europe trip, I basically just paid for that myself. District really didn't pay for that. But yeah. So will I ever go on a tour? Hopefully. That'd be super fun. That's my goal. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you like Mark Park? Probably like a 7 or 8. That park is solid. I really enjoy it. Henry_VDZ says, how long did it take you to get more of the intermediate tricks? Like kickless, decade, or through up? It probably took me like 2 years to get like those tricks dialed. I mean, I've never been good at like scooter tricks per se. Like when I say scooter tricks, I mean like combos and like bras and like, I don't know, I've just never been good at them. I've always been kind of like a skinny kid, and it's hard for me to like whip that big scooter over my head. But I don't know, it probably took me like a year or two to learn that. My first like really good trick was probably like a ball whip flyout or a Briere. I remember learning those around the same time. So I don't know, it probably took me about a year or two. So if you guys aren't getting those and you've only been scootering for a few months, don't get discouraged. Alright, so I'm wrapping the video up there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my Q&A. Hopefully it wasn't too long. If I missed your question, I'm so sorry. It's nothing personal. I don't mean it like that at all. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like it, comment, subscribe, do whatever you guys need to do. I appreciate the love. Alright, well, it's just me for the next couple days, so if you guys want to see any specific videos in general, any type of painting videos, anything at all, just leave in the comments below. I really appreciate it, guys. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. See you tomorrow.